So I've come out today to do some framing, and I've just been putting some stuff over in the back shed. Been over at the site shed here cooking some lunch, and I've just noticed, because of the storm we had on the weekend, that this tree's fallen over. Check it out. I mean, it's not a massive tree, but not huge roots and stuff, but you can see it's just missed this caravan. This caravan I got off a mate for free, and he needed it out of his yard, and I just wanted to store stuff in, camping chairs and maybe a few materials and bits and pieces. Well, look how close it is. Literally missed it by 300 millimeters. Crazy. So that would have easily have kind of really dented and damaged the roof there, and then water would have got in and would have made a real mess. So I'm pretty lucky there. The other tree we did lose the other day, was probably about a week ago. I was really unfortunate just because I really liked this tree. It's really bushy, but it also gave us that privacy. That's the house there, and then that's the road. What basically just, through there is the road. So it was kind of a big, nice privacy tree. So I've just packed up and packed up all my tools and left the job. I've just been doing a bit of framing. I didn't want to do this video. If you've actually seen this video on YouTube, it's because I decided to use it. I didn't want to because it makes me look incompetent, I suppose. Stuff that's going on in life, and I'm distracted. And just now, I was kneeling on the ground. I was getting over it. Couple of wall plates, and then the nail gun has hit the concrete sort of in the bottom of a shower base, and then while I was climbing through these bits of timber, the nail gun's depressed the safety onto the concrete, and which I've never done before. I was just dumb, but it's ricocheted up, and that's why I've just packed up and I'm going home, because I just don't know why I'm not doing things properly, and it's just hit right there, right below my eye, on the bone, believe it or not. It didn't go in my eye, but I would have probably lost my eye if it had hit my eye. So really it's just watering now, because I've obviously maybe damaged a tear duct or something under there. I don't know if you can really see it, but there's probably a bit red in there, but it's literally hit right there. And my head would have been probably about 65 centimetres or something, 60 centimetres from the ground, from the concrete. The nail gun is obviously shot the nail out from the concrete, and it's just come up. Boom, it hit me right there. I hate to think. Anyway, I'm just looking at myself on my screen to sort of indicate where things are going on. I think I'm going to have to turn bump fire off my gun, because I'm just not... I think it's the issue that I'm having, I think, is I'm crawling around on the floor, on the ground. I'm not as young as I used to, so things take a little bit longer and a bit trickier to get up and down and whatnot. So I'm sort of, dragging myself on my knees across the ground, and that's when Anyway, I'm going to turn the bump fire off on my gun, and so then I have to depress it, pull the trigger for it to fire. So anyway, I'm still pretty shaken up about what's just happened. I'm hoping that I can get the courage to come back tomorrow, because I'm feeling a bit crushed, I guess, a bit down about the whole thing. I didn't even want to put this on video, because I just feel really embarrassed by it and silly, because I could have easily lost my eye 10 minutes ago. Anyway, if you're seeing this section of video, it's because I decided to use it anyway. Show you what can happen on the building site, and the accidents that can happen, and Yeah, anyway, it is what it is. I just thank the Lord that I've still got my eye. Please pray for me that I don't injure myself anymore. Anyway, I've packed up and I've had enough for today. I think I'm going to go and get myself a nice drink from 7-Eleven on my way home. I think I'm just going to take the rest of the day off. So a little bit of time has passed, and I just wanted to explain a little bit about how the nail gun works and what I've just been talking about in terms of the functionality of the bump fire action and the safety of the gun and all that kind of stuff. So just quickly, and then I'm going to demonstrate how that actually works. So it runs purely off a battery. There's no gas, there's no air hose fittings or anything like that. It purely just takes a battery. So with the battery, the gun turned off and the battery out, you'll see here there's what's called the bump fire, or the safety, which is that section there. So that actually pushes back. So the gun will not fire. So the gun will not fire a nail out unless that's pushed back completely like that. Got power here, so I'll put power turned on. You'll see the light comes on there, which is just a single fire. Single fire basically is basically, if I hold the finger down on the trigger and I push down, it won't go. The safety aspect in that is that it'll only shoot a nail when you depress down and then you pull the trigger, okay? Like that. Otherwise, if I'm walking around and I bump something or bump my leg, you don't want it, obviously, the nail to go into your leg. So let's just turn the bump fire on. So what happens with the bump fire is when you pull that trigger down, it's ready to go. You still got to push that down, but it's ready to go. So if you're crawling around somewhere and you bump something, it's just going to go. So what I've done is crawling through the frames. I'll talk a little bit more about it in the next section of video, but I've been crawling around on the ground over the frames and kind of lost my balance a little bit, and I'm not as physically able as I used to be, and the guns hit the ground, hit the concrete, it's bounced back up. So yeah, not an ideal situation. But bump fire is a feature designed to be used. It's not just like, people on YouTube and other keyboard warriors are going to say, you shouldn't have bump fire on, it's a dangerous blah blah blah. Well, it's a feature there to be used. It's a very handy feature. It's just in that situation where I'm crawling around on the ground and potentially putting the gun sitting it down on the ground occasionally, not a great idea. So obviously I turned it off the next day. So you can see with the trigger completely down, I'm pulling my finger on the trigger. Okay, as long as the battery lasts, it'll do 500 nails on that battery. As long as I can keep putting nails in there, it'll just keep going. So hopefully that explains things a little bit. Thank you for watching. Continue on with the video and you'll see my reflection the next day. So it's the next day after my incident with the ricocheting nail. I don't know if you can see on there, but it just sort of hit in here. Still got a bit of a watery eye. Very thankful that there wasn't any damage. Yeah, so just kind of reflecting on what happened. I think when I'm crawling around on the ground like I am, and I'm not as fit as I used to be, so it's a bit of a scramble around on the ground. Bit of a trying to kneel down and get over timbers and things to nail. I think I need to have the bump fire turned off when I'm on the ground, because that seems to be the evident thing. Moving forward, getting these frames finished on the ground, I've got to turn bump fire on, and then I'll turn it back on. Sorry, turn it off, and then when I turn it back on, when I'm sort of doing noggins and other bits and pieces. So it was raining this morning, so I didn't get out here this morning to do frames. It's just after midday the next day, so yeah, fingers crossed I can get some frames, some more frames up this afternoon, providing that this weather holds off and it doesn't rain again. For those wondering today what I'm listening to on my Bluetooth earmuffs, I'm listening to some old school 90s Pearl Jam, mostly. 10 album versus Vitology, that kind of era, early mid 90s I suppose. Awesome music. Something else I thought of I was going to say. too. Just probably wondering, looking at the video, sort of wondering why I'm doing certain frames and not others. Like I've sort of skipped some and sort of got ahead of myself. There's kind of a sequence that you got to sort of do it at. Like you can't just kind of build one and stand up, build one and stand up, build one and stand it up. So it's kind of a sequence. Just going to go up the ramp. It's kind of a sequence that you've got to get it done at. So if you have a look here, I'll show you. So like this one here is a big long one. As you can see, I've now got not enough room here, sort of through here, to get this one built here and stood straight up. Over here, you'll see this one here that's laying down through here. I'm not going to do it because I'm going to do the same thing. It's going to come right through to here, and then I'm not going to have enough room to stand these ones up. So what I've done is I've gone around the outside here, right up to that corner, and then see this big long one here, that'll be next, because I can build that here, stand it up there. So that's kind of the sequence. It's complicated, and you've got to do an apprenticeship really to get the whole grasp of how it all goes together. But it's like a bit of a Meccano set, I suppose you'd say, or a bit of a Lego set. That might feature on some other future videos. I've got a lot of Lego. It's probably borderline obsession, but yeah, we really enjoy it. So we actually buy and sell Lego. So we will buy secondhand lots off people, complete the sets and resell them. So it's kind of a bit of a hobby, but also I like to collect sets. Like I love my Star Wars. My wife likes her, what do you call them? Like the shops, the big shops, modular sort of sets. I've got the big, huge Millennium Falcon, which I haven't built yet. So yes, I love my Lego. I'm thinking maybe I might even build this house out of Lego, feature in a video. That could be fun in my spare time, which I don't have. Because I've actually, and I don't have the plates sitting where they normally would, but because I've moved, this was a hallway down through here, sort of down around, I'll just show you here, this is a toilet here. So I had a hallway in here, there was a door to our bedroom there and a hallway here. And so what I've done is I've actually eliminated that hallway, brought the wall back there for our bedroom and put our bedroom door down here. Actually added just under 7 square meters of space to our bedroom. So that's a pretty significant amount of space, all in a hallway. The only downfall with that is that now, the good thing is the toilet's in our room, off our room, but we wanted our younger daughter to be able to access that toilet at night time. And she would have to come out of our room, go around in that little hallway and into that toilet. But now, because we've encompassed that toilet effectively in with our bedroom, we don't want her coming around through our bedroom door and into that toilet. So what I've done is I've put a larger cavity slider on our side, which is what I have to do for a larger opening door as part of the National Construction Code when they changed their rules in 2022. Everyone that builds a new house has to have bigger door openings for wheelchair access and all that kind of stuff. So I've put a bigger cavity slider door on our side, and then her side, that toilet wall backs onto her bedroom. I've just put a smaller 620 swinging door, which I'll lock from our side, obviously if I'm on the toilet. But at night, I'll actually lock the cavity slider so she can't just kind of sneak into our room. I've got a bit done today, so I've sort of got sort of all these walls down here and here and here done and standing this afternoon. I've made pretty good progress after having a pretty crappy day yesterday with the nail ricocheting off this slab down here. I'm going to at least spend the next probably hour just cutting up heaps of studs. Well, I've got the docking saw set up. I'm going to cut a heap of studs up and stack them over here. So my goal is by the end of the week, so I'll have Thursday and Friday as well, is to finish all these frames here, all these external frames right down there, which is quite significant because these frames have got quite a lot of big beams in them because there's big sliding doors and everything, and all these kind of frames here I want to get done. There's a couple of frames here I haven't sort of got ready for, which is sort of the fridge here, and I haven't done the wall there for the pantry and all that sort of stuff, but I'll worry about that when I get a chance. So until the next video, we'll catch you later.